guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be setting up my bullet journal for the year 2022. Before I even start planning, I got this sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. and I stuck it right here because I think it looks perfect. And the bullet journal that I have has this star and moon in gold. So the bullet journal setup that I'll be doing is with the gold theme. So I'll be using two of the gold pens that I have, one white pen, and then this is Pentel Energel in 0.7 in black. So these are all the supplies I'll be using for the first part of the setup. So I'll begin by writing my name, and I'm using a gold pen for this. And for this journal in particular, this journal came with this grid guide, so I don't have to make a setup page for the grid guide. If you want, you can go ahead with this, but I'll be skipping this for this video. So the first page is my cover page, and I kept it very minimalistic. So I'm just going to be writing 2022 with my gold marker, and as you can see, I drew in with pencil a little bit before, and I just used a simple font for this. I wanted to keep it as minimal as possible, but then I also wanted to include a little bit of celebration in the first few pages, so I drew a banner and colored it in with gold color. And as you can see, I'm just going to be using this black pen. This is my newfound love. It is Energel Clana 0.7, which I totally love. So I use this to write hello in this banner. So it says hello 2022. And to keep in with the theme of celebration, I use little flags at the bottom, and I colored it in with the gold color as well. Again, bringing in my Energel Clana to draw the outline so that it just pops out a little bit. If you want, you can make it more festive. You can add some washi tape in it as well, but I wanted to keep it neat and clean and simple. One thing I wanted to do is to draw these borders with the Energel Clana as well, and I kept it consistent for all the front pages. So again, I'm doing this for the next two pages as well. So I'll be doing it until the pages of January, so that these pages kind of stand out. And again, the colors that I'm going to be using is going to be simple gold, white, and black. So on this first page, after the 2022 cover page, I decided to go with a quote. And I went with this quotation. I think it's very nice for the new year. It is this is your year to sparkle, and of course I had some stars in it, so I just hand drew some stars all over the page, and I kept it very simple. So for this year at glance, I was going to handwrite all the calendars for every month, but this shop that I really like, Coffee Monsters Co., they offered a freebie on their page, so I printed out all the calendars. They're very subtle pastel colors, and I think they make a very cute spread. So this is a little bit not in alignment with what I was going with, very simplistic colors, but again, it is very minimalistic and very easy to make. So I went with this simple spread, and it was very therapeutic to do so as well. Just sticking the stickers, it gave my hand a bit of break. Because I was so tired of just writing this much. I think it just turns out really well, and it just brings a little bit joy to this page, a little different. So, and I made sure that I was not making any mistakes, but I think it looks really nice at the end. So for the next page, I wanted to make future log, and I know that some people are doing Dutch doors, but I went with simplistic writing in 4 different pages, so I had to write the title twice. And I wanted to color in with the gold the titles of all the months, or the titles of all the weeks, but I wanted to make sure that everything was in alignment. So I used this washi tape. I think this is a trick that a lot of people use, just to make sure my lines are neat and clean. And then I used my gold brush pen, and I went in and filled in it, and it was really quick, very quick. It was very time saving. I try to go for shortcuts as much as I can. So I just filled in 12 different boxes for each month, and then I started writing the months on top, but then I end up writing the days of the month. As you'd see, a common theme in my videos is that I don't do anything sequential. I just get bored very easily, so I go back and forth and do different parts at different times. So I use this Energel Plana again at 0.7. I know a lot of people like 0.5, but I like thicker pens, so I really enjoyed writing with this. And I did make some mistakes, as you can see, but who doesn't make mistakes when they're journaling? So I just write down the months with golden color and the days with the black with the golden background. And it's very simple again, and I peeled off this tape and everything came out very nice, very crisp edges. And for the top, just to write the future log on top, I went with the banner again with the gold color, and I had to do it twice. I was contemplating whether to make Dutch doors to avoid writing it twice, but I thought this was much easier for me. And just to give it a little bit dimension, I shaded it with black and wrote future log on top of it. And I ended up writing all the months by hand. And I know a lot of people say that they get tired by doing so, but it was very relaxing. It didn't take much time because I was not going for a very neat look. And just to give you guys a little bit of a tip, I wrote down few days with pencil just to make sure I was not going to make any mistakes. Because if you mess up with one day, then you mess up with everything else. So far, for my calendars, I knew that I was going to put in a few of the family birthdays, and I was going to put in a few of the Canadian holidays. Then I also went ahead and put in all the Indian holidays as well. Because I do have East Indian background, and I made sure that most of these things were in order, but some were not really in order, and that was okay with me. So this is going to serve me so that I can get back to these calendar just to see which days, which holiday, and if there is something in future I'd like to see. So for example, one thing I know I'm going to be writing down is doing cards for December. I'm going to be writing it down sometime in November so that my cards get to everyone on time. Again, I went with this hand-drawn border, and since the border is hand-drawn, I was contemplating whether to do partitions with my hand drawing or whether to use rulers. But first I had to write in all the festivals and all the days. So I began with January and I went by month, and I had written it down somewhere else so that I wouldn't make any mistakes. There are these round tip pens that I ordered from JetPens. I was planning to use them in this spread, but they came in 4 different colors and none of them kind of matched the spread that I was going for, so I did not end up using them here. But you can of course use the dot pens, and you'd see my future spreads that I actually use them a lot in future. They are very time saving. You can also make these round blobs using your gold pen or whatever color theme that you're going through. So this spread is going to take a little bit time, and if you do not have nice handwriting, as I don't have nice handwriting, you can use a ruler just to make sure everything is aligned properly. I did do that for the beginning of a few months and then I gave up on it because I was getting so tired and I just ended up writing. But if you use a ruler, and even if you don't have neat handwriting, it'll come out very nice. So this spread took me a while to finish. I think it took me more than one sitting to finish. But this is something that I'm going to be using for the rest of the year, so it's totally worth it. So as you can see, I did all the 12 months and I didn't have a lot in December. After that, I just shaded all my months with a little bit of black, so I gave it a bit of a backdrop so that it pops out, and I did that for the other page as well, and everything is popping out nice, and the camera is not doing justice to the gold color I have here. It just looks amazing. Then I decided to use the ruler to draw in the lines, because the outside lines are hand drawn, so the inside lines, if they are drawn with the ruler, the spread will look a little cohesive, less messy. So you have to balance, sort of abstract and geometric lines, if I kind of make sense. I hope so. So anyhow, so this is what I did, and I was contemplating whether to draw the straight lines
till the end or just the bottom part, and I like the way it is. Now this is a very different spread. So this is things that I love, basically things that make me who am I. So I went with a normal banner in gold again. I wrote down things I love, and there are a few things that I enjoy doing. So I started with the first one. It is to create, and this is basically a dashboard. I think if you look at it, it should make you happy, it should give you inspiration. So I went with other things, of course. Stationery had to be one, and then it had the subsets: pens, washes, and stickers. Basically you can put in anything that you like. And I am on this decluttering camp since last year. I really want to declutter my entire house, so that has become my hobby. And I put in a bucket list, and I use the washi so that it just looks a little bit different. And this time, to draw the boundary, I use the gold color instead of the black, because I think it just pops up more than the black this time, because I've used the gold quite a bit. And then I make these squiggly arrows and the sub arrows using the black pen, and shade the bucket list sticky note. So I like my spread this way. And now on the second page, this is also a different kind of spread. I went with mini habits. So instead of going for bigger goals, I go for mini habits, and that's what I did last year, and I was able to achieve a lot. So I wrote down like basically the smallest habits you can do to achieve the biggest goals. I'll talk about it later, but this is something that changed my entire perspective. And the quotation I went with is consistency. So basically all you need is less. And so I'll talk a lot more about the mini habits, but this is the next page I'm doing, and it's also a little bit different. I decided to do the pounds lost, and I decided to have 2 pages, one for 2021 and one for 2022. Well, I know we are doing the spread for 2022, but the 2021 is very inspirational for me, so I wanted to keep it as an inspirational page that I can look back. So I actually reduced about 84 pounds last year, and I am so proud of that, because last year was when I was the busiest. I was not feeling well, and I had so much on my plate, and I still was able to achieve my weight loss in a healthy manner. So this is very inspirational to me, and I really wanted to keep it in front, and so that I know that I'm going to motivate myself. And going back to the mini habits that I was talking about, so instead of aiming for bigger workouts, well, let me go back a little bit more. I read this book, it's called Mini Habits, and this is one book that changed my life. So instead of, going for bigger workouts, which I used to, like an hour workout or 2-hour workout, I decided to keep consistent, and hence that is my word for this year as well. So I decided to do one workout, or like one tiny push-up or one squat a day, and I made sure I did that every day for the entire year. So most of the days I did more than one squat or one push-up, and this way I was not disappointing myself. And by doing so, I had this mindset of healthy eating. I had the mindset that, okay, I have worked out even though I was feeling really sick, and I just did one squat. So by taking this little step, I was able to achieve this enormous mountain of losing 84 pounds, and I'm so proud of myself. And so to mark this, I drew in boxes, and I could not fit 84 boxes. So I'm going to move some boxes to the next year. And I started with 241 pounds, and when I'm recording this video today, I am 155 pounds, and I'm so happy. So I am not dieting, I'm just doing mindful eating, and I am exercising every single day. I do take rest days as well, and my food intake is high protein, so I'm building all the muscle, and my muscle tone is becoming much better. So yeah, so these are the 2 pages that I did. I explained quite a bit over there. And now I am going to do these other 2 pages that I really enjoy, and these are also very different. So the one on the right that I'm doing is small projects, so like small goals, and the one on the left is things that to look at the end of the year. So basically things I did. So for example, the books I read, the shows I watched, or the experiences I gained. And again, on the right hand side are mini projects that I did. So for example, decluttering my washroom, or decluttering my basement. So these are 2 pages that I'll look at the end of the year, and I'll just feel proud of it. So this is the final flip through of my journal setup for 2022. This is the front page. I hope you really liked this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and follow me for more videos like this, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye bye.